Mel Robbins' The High Five Habit is a deeply personal, research-backed exploration into transforming your relationship with yourself through one deceptively simple daily act: giving yourself a high five in the mirror. This gesture, which might seem trivial or even silly at first, becomes the cornerstone of a powerful psychological shift, away from self-criticism and toward self-acceptance, encouragement, and action. The book begins with a vivid and relatable scene. Robbins, overwhelmed and depleted, catches her reflection in the mirror and instinctively gives herself a high five. Though it begins as a fluke, she quickly recognizes the shift it causes in her mindset. The high five interrupts her negative internal dialogue and becomes a physical symbol of support. It's a gesture we instinctively give others when they've done something well or need encouragement, but never ourselves. Robbins realizes this disconnect and sets out to reverse it. She then anchors her story in science. Through studies in behavioral psychology, neuroscience, and motivational research, she unpacks how high fives trigger deep, subconscious associations with support, belief, and celebration. Unlike forced affirmations, which can feel hollow or provoke mental resistance, high fives are loaded with positive memories and social signals. Your brain, conditioned by years of cheering others on with this gesture, doesn't reject it when you turn it inward. Instead, it aligns with it. Throughout the book, Robbins reflects on why most of us fail to cheer for ourselves. Cultural programming, childhood conditioning, and our tendency to measure self-worth based on external validation all contribute to a lack of self-encouragement. We pour love and energy into others, our children, partners, friends, coworkers, but when it comes to our own reflection, we focus on flaws. We criticize rather than support. We endure rather than celebrate. And because the world mirrors how we treat ourselves, this lack of self-love echoes through all our relationships and goals. Robbins lays out how the high five habit disrupts this cycle. By physically high-fiving your reflection every morning, you rewire neural pathways and forge a new association with your self-image. This action isn't about vanity or ego. It's about anchoring a sense of support, presence, and worth. The book emphasizes the power of neurobics, mental exercises that combine unexpected physical movement with emotion. High-fiving yourself is a prime example. It's novel, emotionally charged, and triggers a cascade of belief-altering chemical and psychological responses. In parallel to the habit itself, Robbins tackles the internal narratives that hold people back. She unpacks self-doubt, guilt, comparison, and procrastination, showing how these patterns often stem from deep-rooted programming, not reality. Her stories, as well as reader testimonies she includes throughout, show how the high five habit can chip away at this programming day by day. It becomes a kind of emotional scaffolding, offering stability, kindness, and motivation even when circumstances remain chaotic or challenging. Another critical theme in the book is momentum. Robbins argues that taking action, no matter how small, is the antidote to feeling stuck. High-fiving yourself primes you to take that first action. It doesn't matter if you're depressed, anxious, or overwhelmed. The act of raising your hand toward the mirror breaks inertia. It is a daily micro-moment of commitment to showing up for yourself, even before anything gets done. In this way, the habit becomes not just motivational, but transformational. Robbins also directly confronts skepticism. She knows that many readers will see this gesture as superficial or pointless. But she insists that the power of the high five habit lies in doing it, not in understanding it intellectually. She invites readers to give it 5 days and see for themselves. The experience of high-fiving yourself, she argues, has to be felt to be believed. And once you start, the feeling becomes addictive, in the best way. Throughout the book, Robbins pairs the habit with exercises, affirmations, and mindset shifts designed to deepen self-trust. She reminds readers that the most important relationship they have is with themselves. That relationship shapes every decision, every goal, and every outcome. When you treat yourself with encouragement and belief, you become more resilient, more courageous, and more consistent in action. The later chapters take the high five principle further. Robbins explores how the habit influences performance at work, relationships, and even physical health. She draws on corporate case studies and neurological research to show that validation, when turned inward, can be just as performance-enhancing as external recognition. High-performing teams, she notes, are ones where members feel psychologically safe and valued. The same applies internally. When you validate yourself, you become a high-functioning, motivated team of one. Ultimately, the high five habit is not about a gimmick. It's about reclaiming agency in a world that often depletes it. It's about disrupting self-loathing with a moment of self-respect. It's about reminding yourself every morning that you are still standing, still worthy, and still in control of what comes next. Mel Robbins does not break the high five habit into a traditional list of 5 habits, despite the title. Rather, the high five habit refers to one core practice: high-fiving yourself in the mirror every morning, which is surrounded by supportive mindset shifts and complementary practices. However, in the final chapter, Robbins introduces what she calls the high five morning, a series of 5 daily actions that form the extended version of the habit. Here are the 5 elements of the high five morning, which together serve as the foundational habits in the book. 1. Put yourself first. Get up when the alarm rings. 2. Tell yourself what you need to hear. Say, "I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm loved." 3. Give yourself a gift. Make your bed. 4. Celebrate yourself. High-five your reflection in the mirror. 5. Train your RAS, reticular activating system. Spend a few moments dreaming in the morning. Action plan based on the 5 high-five habits. Daily routine implementation. Morning. 1. Put yourself first. Action. Get up as soon as your alarm rings, no snoozing. Why? This builds self-discipline and sends your brain the message that you're a priority in your own life. It's your first promise of the day, to show up for yourself without delay. 2. Tell yourself what you need to hear. Action. Look into your reflection and calmly say, "I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm loved." Why? These affirmations ground your nervous system and signal psychological safety, setting a tone of calm confidence for the day. 3. Give yourself a gift. Action. Make your bed with intention. Why? This small act of order creates a micro-success and a feeling of control. It is an act of love to your future self who will return to that bed later. 4. Celebrate yourself. Action. High-five yourself in the mirror. Do it with presence and intention. Why? This simple motion, backed by decades of positive social conditioning, reinforces self-trust and encouragement. It becomes a mental and emotional reset. 5. Train your RAS, reticular activating system. Action. Spend 1 to 2 minutes visualizing what you want for your day and your life. Picture the emotions, details, and outcomes clearly. Why? This primes your brain to focus on opportunities and experiences that align with your desires, helping you notice and act on them throughout the day. Weekly reflection plan. At the end of each week, reflect on the following questions to strengthen the habit. Did I keep my promise to get up without snoozing? If not, why? How did the morning affirmations impact my stress levels? Did the high five feel empowering, awkward, or neutral? What changed? What dreams or desires came to the surface during my morning visualizations? How did my self-talk evolve over the week? Conclusion. By consistently practicing these 5 high five habits each morning, Mel Robbins believes you will transform your mindset from one of criticism and scarcity to one of support, possibility, and inner trust. It's not about external validation anymore. It's about showing up for yourself first thing every day.